But then you just don't know what you don't know. And that was the hardest part. The afterbirth, that was almost harder than the actual like labor and delivery. And I can say that postpartum is even like harder.
There have been multiple things, we've talked about this as I've had friends who've been pregnant. There have been multiple things that they've told me where I'm like, shut the fuck up. I feel more informed, one, as a woman, you never know, there could be a whoopsie. And then 3, how to like be supportive of my friends who've had kids. You probably feel like when your friends that have had kids, it's like, are they gonna think I'm weird? Are we still gonna be friends? What do I do? Like, and also partners of people that have had babies.
No, now looking back, I'm like, oh, I could have done so many things differently when my really good friends had babies. Thing that I was prepared for. Everyone talks about postpartum depression and like just like the hormonal changes, but I've never been the type of person that got like anxious or depressed and haven't really felt like what that feels like. But when your hormones like go like this up and down and all over, and it's just so overwhelming. My biggest takeaway recently, which made me feel a lot better, and I did not know this, was talking to a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor therapy,
which I did not even know was a thing until like a month ago.
When you hit about 12 weeks postpartum, you have a drop in your estrogen. And I had also stopped breastfeeding around 11 weeks. And when you stop breastfeeding, you also have a huge dip in estrogen. So she was like, you just tanked your estrogen. Very weird for me. But it validated like what I was feeling. Yeah. So for me, she was like, hey, it's kind of gonna suck, but like give yourself like 4 to 6 weeks and you should kind of level out with your estrogen and your hormones and blah, blah, blah.
But, like, luckily I've had some friends who have told me like it was rough.
There's like a study that says what the biggest, most stressful things in your life are. Like those are like the top most stressful things, like job change, move, get married, have a kid. Wow, that's a lot. I mean, it's been fun now that I feel like I'm on the other side of it, and I feel like there was a fog that I've kind of like I've been lifted out of. Yeah, I forgot how hard and confusing it was immediately postpartum. Like the first like 6 weeks were just like, oh my god, survival mode.
Tell them about your organs.
But there's organs where the baby ends up being, so everything gets smushed up and your brain changes, which is why I can't find words anymore. No, I was floored on how sore it was. I'm like, well, I obviously haven't been doing abs, so what the hell? I was like, why am I so sore? This really, really hurts. Because she was basically massaging my stomach. I'm helping your organs kind of like unstick and kind of like help them move back to where they were. It takes about 9 months for everything to kind of come back minimum.
It's so crazy.
Your freaking organs, they don't just like bloop, suck back up to where they were. They like slowly move. Crazy.
It's so weird to me that I thought that you just have a hole where the baby is and then it just hole goes away. And it's so wild. And what would be one thing you would tell yourself that you think would have been helpful to know?
Even though it may not go like you want it to go, it will get better.
I don't know. Did it feel like stuff just kept piling on for a while too?
Yeah, it was like, oh my god, I don't have the energy to even do anything else but try to survive each day.
Was it hard being home, not working?
Like once he came, I was like, screw this. I gotta be a stay-at-home mom. This is the only thing that's important to me. I can still go back to work. Yeah. I was just barely starting to get a little antsy with like, I think I need to like get out and do some things.
Because I feel like our moms, no offense, didn't talk about any of that stuff.
My hair is starting to, I'm noticing some lighter patches. I was like, maybe I can avoid it. Hey, I will say what surprised me. I really wanted to know what my breast milk tastes like. It was really good and sweet, but it's a journey and it's definitely a good one. It's just a hard one.
I think the more that you know, the more that you can be supportive to people. Mm-hmm.